Hi everyone, I'm Joep Hildenbrand. Thanks for tuning into my channel, Joep Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we have lesson 3 of slides, also called Mir in Bengal, in West Bengal, in this part of India where also Calcutta is, where I studied. So I use a lot of words, terms from that language. As you may know, there are a lot of languages in India. And yeah, we have the third lesson on that topic, and this will be a quite musical one. So let's get right into the endless ocean of music. So please go down in the description below and download the PDF. There's a link, just follow it and support my channel. I would be really happy. You have 3 pages there, and there are a lot of different fragments, melodic fragments, movements to practice. And I just tell you where these fragments come from, because that's on these 3 pages. It's not like a systematic approach or something like that. It's really just a collection I collected from different books, like also from the Ravi Shankar book, My Music, My Life, I think it's called, and also from my lessons from Ranajit Sengupta in Calcutta. He wrote out a lot of what he played, like all these alap movements and so on. So I just went through all these pages and wrote out these movements which I think they're very nice, or which are there frequently, like they appear frequently in the music. And also there were other books also, like the Raga guide. There also you have a lot of transcriptions of like alap movements with all these embellishments also. So there were like different sources where I just collected the melodies and the fragments, which I think also they're very typical in that music, and which I find really inspiring. And I hope now when I share this with you, that you also are happy to have these kind of fragments right from the start to immediately practice like musical stuff. Okay, please follow the first and the second lesson, because it's all like a progressing thing here. But just to repeat, I tune down my D string to C, and I use a C major scale here in this context, like Bilaval Tat, C major scale, major scale, and I use my slides on the unwound strings, which are my top 3 strings, and I use also this, I call this Mir oil. It's like the slide oil. It's that's like cotton wool with some baby oil and some drops of aftershave, so to give it a great smell. And I use that, and you should try that also. And put your finger not with the fingertips, like really like orthogonal to the fretboard, but a bit with a side. Then you have a little bit less resistance of the frets, but you have to find your own way. You have to make some experiments. You have to try out different stuff and really see what happens. But these are some things to consider: this oil and the angle the finger presses the string. All right. So or also the part of the finger which presses the string. That's more important here. Okay, so what is written there? You see this first. You don't know, of course, what's Akshara. Akshara or Aksharas, plural, is like syllables or tones. So all these fragments, they are the order of them is just how many tones they are made of, or they consist. And so you have 2 tones, 3 tones, 4 tones, 5 tones, 6 tones, and you miss 14 tones, but the last 15, you have 15, yes, 15, 16, and then you have a big gap, and then you have 32 tones. And these, it's also explained in lesson 1. It's also appropriate here for this lesson. The rhythm is not meant like that. You just see there are a certain group of notes beamed together, and this means you strike the first note of that beam, and the rest is all there. It's all slides. And what you do, you play these and you sequence them through the scale. So, for example, the first one, CE, it's the third in the scale. You will sequence. So you start not from C but from D, and you play DF. And all of them, you can sequence up and down. So you can also play like, yeah, so that's both possible, and yeah. And also what's important to know, very important actually, is that you can vary the rhythm. You have like 2 modes you can use. You can play it in time, and you can play it rubato. And in both cases, you can vary the rhythm. Also, rubato is very interesting. Which notes you actually like, whether you play or it's already with 2 notes. It's already quite different. What these two possibilities. You give you're emphasizing like different notes, or some notes are just sounding shorter, some longer, and so on. I will show you this more I will show you this now actually. So you have this ordered by these Aksharas, and let's just take let's take the second measure of 3 Aksharas that you see, like C, E, D. So it's like C. And yes, on these 3 pages actually there is to be able to compare them more. I mean, it was just an idea. They all start with the tone C. They all begin with C, as you may see, and but you should play them through the whole, starting with the lowest note on the guitar, going to the highest note, and then back. And when I say lowest note, I mean what I do usually is not to play it like, play them on the wound string, because you get all this noise from that. And of course I'm doing that, and you can also practice it there, but I think it's more usable, this technique, and more nice and more round and beautiful on the unwound strings, which are my top 3 strings. So when I have a fragment here, for example this CED, I go either starting, in this case, with an open string. I use my open G string, or I immediately start with the first fretted note to not have any open strings. So, and then I can play the same thing down. The next, you see, sometimes you have a single bar line and sometimes you have a double bar line. And when you have a single bar line, what follows is the same melody you had before, same fragment, but inverted. So you can follow this and play the second bar always to have a downward movement, but that's not necessary. You can just play the same up and down, and also you don't have to practice all of them, of course not, and you don't have to be able to play all of them very good. It's more like a collection where you just concentrate on certain ones, or you find a nice one, and then you just practice one for the whole time. And so be creative with that. Take that only as a kind of an inspiration, or I mean, at least try all of them. That you see, oh, maybe this kind of movement is difficult, and maybe you find out, but it's quite nice. This kind of movement, I like this. So just concentrate on practicing that. Okay, the singers now, what I just did is a bit more mechanical, more dry. If I just play like, oops, yeah. When I say vary the rhythm, then I want to have a more musical approach to these exercises or to these fragments, because actually they're not just exercises. It's music. You know, I mean, like music is there, but of course you have to do something to make music with dry material. But these phrases are quite inviting. So I show you what you can do when you have just this. So what you can do, for example, if you play rubato, you can like. Yeah, so you stay a bit longer on the high note and the second note, and have a small bit vibrato there. Another thing you can do is staying on the first note longer. Yeah, maybe that. Or what's maybe more interesting is to use this whole thing more as like two grace notes, like an ornament for the last note, like. Yeah, I can do this also. But I think what I showed you first is more. It's more musical. It's more this music actually. That's beautiful. And what you also can do is not to strictly sequence the pattern always, but just take that as a motive, and you just improvise with that. Yeah, you just go into the music. That would be also very good to do. So decide for yourself. Do I really want to get this technique down, and I really practice like systematic? I practice this fragment like for the next 15 minutes, and then I go to the next and really get my technique together. Or maybe you're more this have this character of you want to enjoy, you want to make music, and you just want to dive into that and just take some fragments here for get you started in a way, and then just find your own way. Maybe you have to do both in a way. it's a good idea to balance that. All right, let's take another one. Maybe five aksharas, so 5 notes. You see this 5 eighths. Maybe the first one. How is it going? Yeah, I would. You can make some experiment. You just stay on a. That's also nice. Oh. Okay, I think you get an idea now. You get an idea what if I would just give you these 3 pages and say practice them. I think you would not really have the entrance is not there to that in a way. And I think now you get a real good picture what to do, what is encoded in these patterns. And of course, it's good to listen to Indian classical music. I really recommend, for example, Ali Akbar Khan, Sarod player. I mean, this is like really amazing stuff, and you really get a feeling how these the melodies are constructed, how they flow. The flow of the music, how what atmosphere is created, and on some notes they are held longer, and this kind of thing. I mean, you can't write it down. It's not possible. You have to listen to that to get these subtle informations. Okay, I think that's. How about 9? 9. Yeah. I need maybe a bit of a time to find out how this melody is played most musical, most effective. So what are the important notes? What is more embellishment, and what is like more the central tones here? So I feel like to go to the third note, to feel this is my most important note, and then I just go to the D, like a third down in a way to resolve or something. Okay, and later on, when it becomes more and more notes, the challenge, of course, is to memorize the pattern, that you are able to play the whole pattern on every scale degree, and also don't lose track where you just started to get to the next note. So this is a bit of a challenge. So take a bit of the time to memorize the pattern. And the best way, of course, to memorize a pattern is to analyze it, what happens. Because if you understand the pattern, then it's not a big deal. And you also automatically you memorized it. So if I do this, for example, for this 13. And I see, okay, all the first groups, the first 3 beams are just like 3-note cascades. So I have like after that, I just go back down, up. I don't go back up the scale to reach the note where I started. So this is like what's happening here. So I've and then I have to strike this note again. Okay, so. And when I have that, I already memorized it, and then I'm thinking about the music. I would actually oh yeah, okay. Now I feel it like ta-kita, 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 ta. So like 4 times 3, and then just one closing note, for example, like ta-kita, 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 ta. Okay. So that helps me now to know. Okay, my last note is really like an accent in a way. It's a strong note. It's on the beat. So this makes musical sense to me. So I encoded the music. I mean, one way. There's no one right way or wrong way. I don't know. It's about what you have to learn is to understand the pattern and find out how it should be played to touch your heart, that it inspires you. And this is totally up to you. Okay, so I know this pattern. And then I do this. Oops. From there I should have changed to the next string. So because this note, I always want to avoid open strings. And then I have again an open string. But that's okay for the last phrase, to have my lowest string there. And also I noticed that it's all in a pentachord. It's all happening in a pentachord. So my lowest to my highest note in this phrase is a pentachord. So that's also something you can try to find out in which range the whole thing is happening. So, and you can also, as I said, you can also sequence this phrase up. You can also do like the higher we go, the more difficult it is, because the spaces get smaller and smaller. But also, very often it has to do where the half steps are, and because now we have really, it's the mixture in which places you find the half steps and the whole steps. So this gives you like a complete different movement, and some arrangements of these half and whole steps, they are more organic, they're more quick part of your body, you understand them, but some there feel more odd. even it's the same sequence, some have this small distance, and then there's this larger distance, and that's sometimes a bit, feeling a bit strange. But that's wise, of course, to practice that. And, yes. So I think you are you know what the whole thing is about, and try to get your feet wet here. And sometimes you see in brackets there it's written like da, 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 and this da is of course a downstroke. It's so it's suggested that you also at these spots you can make another stroke there and strike this again. So with the 8/8, for example, you have like you can do. So you have both possibilities. Yeah, both is possible. But this also gives you, if you don't use this extra strike, you know, okay, this note is maybe a good idea to feel this more stronger. That you know, okay, that's how it goes musically. So these extra strokes in brackets, they are always supporting the flow of the phrase of the music, but there are just very few occasions where they are indicated. All right, I think I think you have everything. Next, the fourth lesson will be quite nice also because we have also some bit different concepts also, and some very nice fragments and ornaments. So stay tuned. Next Friday. Every Friday I have a new video here. I make a new video and I uploaded it. All right. If you like these lessons here on Guitar Academia, please subscribe to my channel to get notifications when there is a new video. And also you can support my work here on this channel, and just go down below in the description, follow the link. And there on my site for Guitar Academia, you have a button where you can press and donate. PayPal, and I think there's another option also how you can do that. This would be really great, of course, to support this work, and that the whole thing will just go on, and I get some support from you. That would be really cool. I'm sharing a lot of great stuff here, I think. All right, so thanks for watching. My name is Joep.